Hello everyone and welcome to another issue of Young with Ram. You know, the series where I answer the questions you made me in the previous Young with Ram. Well, and if I don't answer them, it's because I missed them, because lately I think I'm answering to all of them, or mostly. So yeah, first of all, I want to thank you guys for all the nice things you wrote in the comment section and in private messages about myself and the channel last week. Really appreciate it. Um, During this week, I guess you have seen that the channel itself has not changed. And what's going to happen is that I'm going to be a lot more careful in what I say and how do I put it, because otherwise I'm opening myself to the attack of people who want to bring my prestige down and to hurt me by telling people that I'm not to be trusted, and that I can't allow myself to happen. So I hope you understand that. Also, I want to report the first big serious try to steal my YouTube account. Happened yesterday. I received a YouTube email warning me that someone was trying to change my YouTube password. Of course, I was careful enough to totally change it from a not that complicated one to a really complicated one. So yeah, whoever tried to, fuck you, buddy, you're not going to get that. And yeah, that's it for this introduction. Yeah, let's get into the questions and let's get started. And the first question is, Ram, do you play any instruments? No, I don't. Which is pretty much a shame, because I actually studied music back when I was a kid. I was in, well, I did preparatory course and then 3 years of piano at a conservatory in Bilbao, my birthplace. But when I was maybe 11, I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy that. It required a lot of time, a lot of practice. Really takes commitment and really takes a passion for the instrument I simply lacked. Music is something that, unless you are Mozart or something like that, and you are really a genius, takes a lot of hours, and I wasn't ready to commit them. I was decent at playing piano, but of course that was when I was 11, and since then I haven't played piano like ever. So I guess I might be able to play a melody with just one hand, but two hands, just forget about that. I also have this dream that I never go for it, because I simply lack not the motivation. The motivation I think I do have, but the conviction to do so, which is learning to play the guitar, just the Spanish guitar. Not like a pro or something like that. Yeah, some easy peasy things, and that I like music a lot, and I would like to know how to play the guitar, but I never get into that. It's one of those things that you always think, I wish I knew, but you never find time or motivation to do. So no, I don't play any instruments. Not right now. Next question. Ram, could you do an analysis on the Mosquito? Well, the Mosquito is the broken fighter Mark II of the British line. Is broken. Most of the twin engine planes in War Thunder at the moment don't have the flight model they should, and I'm not going to do analysis for them. Why? Well, because at one point or another, those flight models are going to get fixed, and I'm hoping, because I have faith in Gaijin. Hard to believe, but I do. I'm really hoping that it happens soon. And if I'm wishing and hoping that those broken flight models are fixed next month, it makes no sense that I make an analysis on them right now. So no, I'm not doing any analysis for them until the flight models are finished. Right now they have placeholders, so there's no real reason to do one. Next question. Next question is actually pretty interesting. It's not a question. It's not actually something someone was asking me. It's more of a rhetorical thing. because, but someone said, by the way, does this game have any major competition? War Thunder, I'm guessing. My answer is yes, of course, it has major competition. From several different ways. Depends on how you look at War Thunder. If you look at it as an arcade game, World of Tanks, World of Warplanes, those are competition. If you look at it as an online simulator, Battleground Europe, World War II Online, SSI is still a competition for this game. IL2 is still a competition for this game, even so it's been a long time since its release. Cliffs of Dover, Rise of Flight, the incoming Battle of Stalingrad. This game has a lot of competition. Depends on how you look at it. If you look at it as an arcade, it already has another major title, which is in beta, which is World of Warplanes. And if you look at it as a simulator, there's also competition right now. So yeah, it has competition. Of course it has. Next question in line. This was actually a question posted in answer to one of my comments in the last video about me not really being good at first-person shooters in PC. And actually, the only first-person shooter when I was actually good was Battlefield Bad Company 2 in the PS3. And someone asked me, how in hell can you be better with a controller instead of a mouse in the console playing a first-person shooter? I actually wasn't. There's I don't know exactly how dong and mouse combination controller for the PS3, which is called Aimpad. I don't remember exactly how it was called. Hold on a second, I'm going to check it out. Okay, it's been so long that I had forgotten about the name. It's called Frankenstein, and I think they are not selling them anymore. They have changed the name or something like that. It was actually a little. It was like half a controller in one hand and a mouse in the other, with buttons, and really was very effective for first-person shooters in consoles. So it was actually using that. So yeah, I never used a controller for a first-person shooter. I would have died. Really. Next question. You mentioned you like BSE. I know it uses a lot of pseudoscience, but do you like Star Trek? I don't get bored seeing Star Trek or watching Star Trek. Neither the old series, well, but even now, of course, now they are showing their age a lot. Nor the new generation, the movies, or the show. I mean, the TV show. I can see it, but it's not something that really gets me interested. For me, I'm a Star Wars fan, and I don't get the hate that franchises have between themselves, the Star Wars versus Star Trek and that kind of stuff, because they couldn't be farther away from one each other. But while I really am a fan of Star Wars, I never really got into Star Trek. I've seen all the movies, one way or another, but it's not something that really gets me in a lot. But it's okay. I mean, the thing is that I'm not really passionate about them. So yeah, that's it. Next question. Hi Ram. Like you, I think we are anticipating historical mode tanking, and I was wondering what your take on it is. What I'm expecting. I'm guessing you are asking me. Well, I have stated it in another Jam with Rams. I expect historical gameplay, historical armor values, historical gun penetrations, historical and realistic combat. I expect for the players to have to do range finding, to measure the distances to their targets, to estimate them using optical devices, to accurately measure the shot, to shoot, to adjust the shot, and I'm expecting realistic tactics, hold down to red down, using ground cover for flanking tactics, I'm expecting that kind of stuff. Realistic gameplay, something that really lets you feel like you are there. Because even in historical battles, now and then you get the feeling that you are there. Um, that's what I'm expecting, at least in historical battles, of course. Arcade is going to be a totally different story, and I don't really know exactly what they are looking for in arcade, because for an arcade tank game, there's already one in the market, and it's called World of Tanks. And in what arcade games go, that one has it nailed. It's a fun game. It's full of idiots. It's got a random number generator that can't get the best of you. It has got artillery or scumbags. And all those things I hope they don't make into arcade in War Thunder. But even so, World of Tanks, in what the arcade world is, I mean, something mindless to have so fast fun without really taking care of realism. I think they really have a very good recipe for that. Let's see what War Thunder comes with for arcade. But I'm going to be in historical battles probably. And for me, what I expect is what I said. Historical behavior, historical numbers, realistic maneuvers, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Second part of the question is also, have you seen Babylon 5? If so, what do you think about it? Actually, and I know I'm going to get slammed and called a lot of things, bad things, about sci-fi fans. I have never seen a single chapter of Babylon 5. I should. And actually, now you mentioned it, probably I will get into trying to find some well, that show online. Let's see if I can see it. The thing is, back in the day when that show was aired in Spain, it was done so in a channel that very few people could tune in, or at least we couldn't at home. So I never got to see it. And when effectively, I didn't even know it existed. When I got wind of it and what it was and how successful it was and how interesting seems to be, they simply weren't airing it anymore, and I never got to see it. But probably I will. Yeah, it's one of those shows that I was really thinking like that might be cool to see. So yeah, probably at one point or another I will see it. So far I haven't seen it. I can't make or give an opinion about it. Next question. Do you like 2001: A Space Odyssey? It's one of those movies that when I saw the first time, well, I saw it the first time when I was 12. Let's face it. I saw it complete, from beginning to end. And from beginning to end, the whole length of the movie, I was like, what the fuck? Well, not with those words because I was 12 years old and I was kind of well-mannered. That got lost along the trajectory until now. Now I'm not well-mannered nor well-spoken, but back then I was. I saw it again when I was around 20 something, and I think I started to somehow understand how deep that movie is. And nowadays I think it's a legendary movie. But it's one of those movies that you have to watch with an open mind and with a working brain. And one way or another, I think there's very few people of the new generations that have both. And if you wonder why, just take a look at the War Thunder forums and look at the behavior of people there. It's a masterpiece. And even today, I have seen maybe 12 times. And it's one of those I discover new meanings. New possible meanings, but because of the beauty of that movie is that it doesn't have a true meaning. It has so many different interpretations, and none of them is right, because it was purposely made to leave it open for so many interpretations. And if there was one, It was in Stanley Kubrick's mind, and he never said it. But he also said that no, the movie didn't have a single meaning. That it could be interpreted the way you wanted to interpret it, and that the meaning and that the true story is the one you create in your mind as you see it. It's it's tremendous. It's a masterpiece. Really, it is. But takes, of course, takes time to understand it. Takes a lot and takes a lot of thinking, and takes some reading about the movie actually to get you on the right track. Because I have to admit, until I was maybe 18, 19 years old, and I started looking for meanings for that movie because I was totally lost. I didn't discover the right track to give it an interpretation and to discover exactly how amazing it was. So yeah, next question. And next question is from our favorite Spaniard of the internet, Bismarck. Ram, why you no be German? Because I'm Spanish. I have a sense of humor, just like you, man. Sorry, you're Spanish as well. Next question. Ram, do you think there should be warning for temperatures for the engine in historical battles? If you, for example, instance, were to fly BF-110s in Sicily, well, there is a warning. First of all, you have an cockpit view instrument that marks your temperature. It's in different positions in each aircraft, but they are easy to see after you look for them. And also, when it happens, when it starts happening, you get a message in the lower right section of the screen which says oil overheating. At that moment, you have to throttle back until that message disappears. Because if that message is up for too long, the engine will start getting damaged, and once it starts getting damaged, there's no turning back. It's going to die. Whatever you do, whatever throttle you put, once the engine starts taking damage, it's over. So yeah, there's actually a warning for that. You only have to be careful and to keep a track on that, of course. So yeah, next question. Next question was already answered in a way some young with Rams ago, but I'm going to answer it again. The question is, why don't you trust Oleg Maddox? Well, because he lied to me. He lied to me 3 different times. Excuse me, 4. When IL-2 was released, it was done so under a marketing campaign and under the premise that it was the most realistic flight simulator that you could achieve with a computer and at the time. With the most accurate flight models and the most loyal to reality flight models you could wish for. That was a lie. That was a huge lie. The game was amazing. As a game, super graphics, incredible immersion, stunning looking cockpits, amazing 3D models of the planes, but the flight models were utter crap. And the damage models, both of them. The proof that the IL-2 engine was really amazing and ahead of its time is that nowadays we are using an evolved version of IL-2's engine. War Thunder, after all, is the direct descendant of IL-2. Uses a lot of technology from the IL-2 series. Why don't I trust Oleg Maddox? Because he lied to me. He was the head of 1C Studios for the development of IL-2 and IL-2 Pacific Fighters and IL-2 Forgotten Battles and IL-2 1946. In all of those games, he insisted that he was giving the most accurate flight models one could hope for. The flight models were crap. Were hysterically wrong in many cases. People today complain about Russian bias. Really, you don't know what Russian bias is until you try a vanilla copy of IL-2. You fire up a Focus 190 and you try to do 90 degrees of turn because the plane would bleed 200 kilometers per hour in a 90-degree turn. It was retarded. And of course, that was a German plane. Now get into an LA7 and see gravity thrown through the window. See 30mm cannons from the Germans bouncing off the tail. It's the first time where the Stalinium wood it was coined there. I mean, the term was coined in IL-2. It was shameful. It was a disgrace. Why don't I trust Oleg Maddox? Well, I don't know if in English this this thing is said, but in Spain we have a saying which goes like this: the first time is your fault. The second time is my fault. Which this means is that the first time someone cheats on you, is his fault because you put your trust in him and he backstabbed you. He did something bad for you and he betrayed you. The second time is your fault because you trusted him again. You should have learned from the first experience. In Oleg Maddox's case, I trusted him once with IL-2. I trusted him twice with Pacific Fighters. I trusted him 3 times with Forgotten Battles. And I trusted him 4 times with 1946. So, according to the Spanish Go, the first time it was his fault. The second time it was my fault. The third time I was an absolute retard. The fourth time I was absolutely brain dead. And there's going to be not a 5-1. There's not going to be a 5-1. He totally wasted his credit on me by lying to me and lying to all his customers. And it's not a problem with the game not being realistic, because War Thunder is not realistic in historical battles. For instance, World War II wasn't fought in a 3-person view with keyboards and mouse. The pilots were inside the cockpit. I know I'm not flying something realistic when I play historical battles in War Thunder. Still, it has a very strong realism component, but it's not realistic. I can accept it. It's okay. No one is trying to cheat me. No one is trying to tell me that what I'm trying to do in War Thunder historical battles is realistic. When I start up World of Tanks, I'm not getting into a simulator, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know what I'm going to find in there. Something that is not realistic at all. Something that is not historical at all. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But 1C and Oleg Maddox insisted that their product was the most perfect one could hope for if he was looking for historical accuracy. And that was a blatant lie. It was lie after lie. And he would go into the forums and insist on that and call people who were telling him, no, this is not realistic, call them bad names. And he would ban them, and he would do a lot of wrong things. So he was a liar. He lied to me, he lied to all his customers, he lied to his fan base, and I don't like liars. And even so, I trusted him, because when Pacific Fighters was released, I was like, okay, let's give him a chance. Pacific Fighters was shit. When Forgotten Battles was released, I was like, let's see if this guy has fixed what was wrong in IL-2. No deal, Jose. And in 1946, well, I mean, it was Forgotten Battles with paper planes, so what's going to be fixed in there? But still, until the very end of his relation with IL-2, he insisted that his flight models were realistic, and they were not. So, well, as the saying goes in Spain, first time it was my fault, his fault, second time was my fault, third time I must be stupid, fourth time I was totally brain dead. If there's a 5, I should just shoot myself in the head. There's no way I'm trusting this guy again. Not ever again. Ever. I mean, this guy, whatever he does, whatever project he's involved, I'm not touching it with a 3-meter pole. I'm not. And I don't care whatever people say about this project. I don't care. I simply don't care. I don't mind. Why? Because he already stole my money 4 times. I'm not going to give him my money for a fifth. Even I don't care if he puts the most amazing simulator out there. I don't care. I'm not giving my money to liars. And this guy lied to me. So yeah, that's why I don't trust him. Next question in line. Ram, I heard you are out of a job. Do you ever have the slightest idea of working with Gaijin and making the game better? Yes, well, I actually thought about cooperating with them and making stuff for the game, and actually I was very close to start a series in this channel, which was the description of the historical development of a lot of planes in World War II. The focus of my was complete. It was involved a written description, a written story of the development of the plane, and a video of around 10 minutes. Well, to complete the written text. I actually sent that to Gaijin. They subjected it to study. They found it really good. They also saw my video. They also thought it was really good. I actually signed a contract with them, but I sent it to them. But at that point, something happened. I'm not going to enter into details. Something happened that really put a big distance between me and Gaijin developers. Not because of me or my will, because I wanted to be close to them and to help them and to be close to the development of the game and help them in whatever way I could. But something happened, and for whatever reason, I simply stopped receiving answers to my emails, to my answers, to my questions about what was going on and whether the project was going on or not. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what was exactly the deal there, but it simply stopped there. Never moved on, and since then I have clear that whatever I do has to be separate from Gaijin, because they are not interested in me as a collaborator, or in any shape or form. Maybe because, and I can guess, it's understandable. I'm not an easy guy to deal with if you are in the business of making games, because I'm not one to shut up about what I think about the game. Even while I've said that I'm not going to say anything about the game, and that probably has costed me the cooperation with Gaijin in the past, because I have been very vocal about the game. But I think it's my role to do so. I mean, I'm not going to lie to my subscribers. I really have that, and that's what gets me the most of what I told you guys the last week, and what I was telling you what's the reason for me stopping putting opinions up in this channel. Because there are people out there who are lying to others, and they are putting in forums that are not to be trusted. And if there's something that I have clear and is an higher objective for me even than to teach people, which is for me the objective of this channel, is to be truthful, to never lie to you, because I have the highest respect for anyone who watches one of my videos. The highest one. I'm never going to lie to them. Ever. I might be wrong. I might be right. I might jump to conclusions too soon. Maybe. I'm not infallible. I don't have the perfect opinion either. Maybe I'm wrong. But what I'm never going to do is to put a video which is going to fake something, or which is going to be a lie. I'm never going to lie to my subscribers. And if I think something, I'm not one to shut my mouth, and much less put a smile in my face and act as if nothing was going wrong. Something that other YouTube producers can do, and it's perfectly fine. They can do so. If it's okay with the way and the orientation they are giving to the channel, it's perfectly fine for me. But I can't do that. So I guess I'm not an easy guy to deal with if you are in a business, because if I perceive something is wrong with say business, I have an audience. And I'm not going to betray that audience by lying to them, or just acting as if nothing happens, as if there's nothing wrong. If there is something wrong, there is something wrong, and there's nothing wrong with being wrong. If something is not working as it should, there's nothing wrong in saying this is not working as it should, and it's going to get fixed, and it should get fixed. But I guess that's not cool. I guess it's I'm not an easy guy to work with. I guess it's that. I don't know. The thing is that I was very close to become a cooperator of Gaijin. I was really close, and not just in that instance. There was a previous one where there was an idea floating around about me and my channel and some things that could happen, but never happened. And I'm guessing that was the reason. So after that, and this happened maybe 4 months ago, 5 months ago, after that, there has been no direct communication between Gaijin and me at all. And I have tried to get in touch with them, and I have never gotten an answer. So I'm guessing, of course, if they don't answer back, they don't want to have anything to do with me. So I joke with them. I would like to, as long as I can keep on saying the truth. But I'm not putting my bets in that happening, to be honest. It's sad because I would like to, but no, not happening. Not happening. I'm afraid. So yeah, let's move on to the next question. But before we move to the next question, I want to make sure one thing. All what I have said before should not be read or thought as a critic to Gaijin at all. They run a business. They have their own objectives. The objective is to have a business that is working okay and is making money and lets them live and earns them a living. I mean, they want to make money out of this game, of course, because this is a business. And if they think that from a business point of view, I'm not one they want to cooperate with or be attached to my name, I'm perfectly fine with that, and I don't have a problem with that at all. So whoever thinks about writing in the comments, fuck Gaijin, these guys are whatever, because Run JV should cooperate with them, no. They are free to choose which is the people they want to work with. And if for them makes no sense to work with me, or me to work with them, it's perfectly fine. They are totally in the right to do so, and they are not wrong, and they shouldn't be criticized for not doing so at all. I don't want anyone to think that I'm criticizing them at all. It's their choice, it's their freedom, and I totally understand it. And I totally and freely say that I understand that I might be someone who's not easy to deal with, and that they might not want to have anything to do with me for very understandable reasons. Maybe if I was in their position, I would want to have nothing to do with someone like me, probably. So no criticism to be read here at all. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Wanted to clear that out because I don't want anyone to go ape or ballistic with that. It's perfectly fine for me. I would like it to be other ways, of course. I would love to, but if it's going to be like this, it's perfectly legit. They are in the right, and I have absolutely no complaint about that. So yeah, that's it. Now yes, next question. Next question is actually two questions in one. How have you dealt with YouTube monetization before becoming a partner with TGN? I actually didn't. I couldn't, because I was getting all the time complaints about YouTube that I had not the right to monetize my videos with worth on the content. In fact, the very reason I partnered was because I couldn't monetize my videos, because YouTube wouldn't let me. And there's no way out from that. And the Gaijin puts out a statement, like for instance Minecraft has put up that their content of their game can be freely put up in YouTube. Either you partner or you forget about monetizing your videos over War Thunder. It's as easy as that, because otherwise YouTube is going to give you the shits and it's not going to let you monetize any of your videos. And the another question is, do you plan on ever going to RIAT, react. That's an air exhibition. I would love to, but I can't. Money is an issue right now, a big issue, and I can't spend money in trips to go to air shows. It's as simple as that. I have to keep all my money as safe as possible to keep on living until I find a job, or this YouTube channel turns into jingles too, and I can't live out of it. So no. Well, do I ever plan on going? Yes, of course. If I ever can, I would love to, but not anytime soon. Yeah. Next question. Ram, have you ever given Rise of Flight a try? It's the thing is, I simply don't like World War II combat. I don't. Airplanes of the era, and I actually spoke about this. You can hear me speaking about this in one of the videos I put up last week. The one I was flying with Seistreif and Bismarck. World War II air combat was so much about turning. I mean, they were string bats in the air so light that they could fly at 50 kilometers per hour, and they would turn on the same spot. They could virtually pivot around their own axis in some cases. For instance, the Camel, because of the engine they had, how heavy it was, the big gyroscopical effect it had, the precession, the gyroscopical precession would make the plane pivot on its own axis. So energy tactics were viable. Boom and Zoom was viable, but it was way more difficult to execute successfully back then than in World War II. And I like Boom and Zoom. And actually, in a conversation the other day with Bismarck, I was telling him about this. I do very well in turn fighters, really well. You can spot any of my Kiev 43 videos or Chaika videos or Spitfire videos. I do very well in turn fighting, but I don't like it. I don't feel at home with it. I'm not comfortable in a turn fighter because I can't control the flow of the fight. Boom and Zoom is all about control. It's all about ruling and controlling the fight. In a Boom and Zoomer, you can select the flow of the fight. You simply choose whether to stay or to disengage, whether to come down and attack or stay up and stay away from danger, when to attack, how to attack, in which terms to attack. Boom and Zoom is control. Turn fighting is chaos. Because in turn fighting, you react to the other guy's action to stay and win his 6 by turning harder than him. You need to anticipate each one of his movements, and those movements can be very different. The other guy can do a low yo-yo, a high yo-yo, he can try to do a rudder roll, an aileron roll, a bank turn. Well, in World War I it was actually possible to do a rudder turn. There were so many variables. In a turn fight, it's all about reflexes, recognizing what the other guy is doing and adjusting for it and doing a counter maneuver that is going to give you the fight. But you can't choose what the other guy is doing. You can't. The other guy is free to fight the fight the way he wants. In Boom and Zoom, you are in control. You simply are. You choose how to fight. Even when you are lower in energy, you choose how to fight. Because if a lighter energy comes down on you, you only have to dive away, win energy, win speed that the other guy can't match. Move away and come back whenever you want, in control of the fight. And air combat for me is all about control. Boom and Zoom is control. So I love control. I love Boom and Zoom. And World War I planes wouldn't allow to give yourself that degree of control. If you see any of the videos of Rise of Flight in YouTube, and there are some really good ones, you can see that it's a mess of turning and turning harder and doing incredible ACM. I mean, it's all about ACM. They do every trick on the manual, and there are some excellent fights. But really, try to imagine yourself Boom and Zoom in one of those things. it's impossible. It's impossible to win a proper shot, or it's very difficult. And no, no, it's not for me. It's not the style of air combat that I enjoy because I don't feel comfortable in it. I'm not in control, and that's the problem. I'm comfortable flying my plane when I know I'm in control, when I know I can select the flow of the battle, how it's going to be. If I can't, I'm not comfortable. So that's why I love movements on planes. That's why I like American planes so much. That's why I love the P-51. That's why I love the Focus-180, because those planes allow you to rule the fight and to command the fight and to select in which terms you fight. It's all about control. It's all about control, and I like having control. So yeah, Rise of Light is not for me. Sad because it's an excellent title, but it's not for me. Next question. Again, this is not a question, it's actually an answer to a comment. New Battlestar Galactica. Blah! I said 20 minutes of this episode and I was immediately pissed off. Starbuck is not a woman. Adama is not a cholo. Okay, let's put it this way. The original Battlestar Galactica I didn't like at all. I actually watched it when I was a very young kid. I found it meh, and really was kind of a campy series that I guess a lot of people love, and it's completely normal that they do so because it's a legendary series. And if you were expecting Battlestar Galactica, the new series, to be what the old series was, I'm guessing it was a huge disappointment. But I wasn't expecting that at all. I actually watched Battlestar Galactica long after it was aired for the first time, and I was totally stunned because the old Battlestar Galactica for me is as if never existed. I never got really caught into that one, but this one, I mean, just forget about what you saw in the original Battlestar Galactica. I just think they are totally new characters. Okay, Starbuck is not a woman, perfectly fine. But just forget about this. Starbuck is not the old Starbuck. It's a totally different character. It's not that. So try to see it forgetting about that. It's not about the lore about the old series. It's about the whole new series. And the new Battlestar Galactica, the new series is. I can't speak without. I mean, it has the best ending of any series ever. The best one. For me, that's the best ending ever. Ever. And I'm not going to spoil it in any way. But yeah. So yeah, it's not about. I understand your point of view in saying that because you are an admirer of the old series, but I'm not. So I don't care if Starbucks is a man or a woman. I don't really care. I love the new series. What I'm going to do. Next question. Hey Ram, have you seen the movie Airplane? Oh, of course I have. Oh, it's one of the most hilarious movies ever. Oh, I love that movie. It's so much like me. I'm probably you guys don't know me enough, but I'm one of the guys with the darkest sense of humor you can imagine, and the most irreverent sense of humor you can imagine. I laugh literally about everything because first of all, I can laugh about myself. So the first thing I love in life is about myself and about my fails and about my derps and about my imperfections. I find that life is much more enjoyable when you laugh at everything that happens, good or bad. Even when you are crying, there is something that you can laugh about. And Airplane is hysterically funny. I I mean, there's the autopilot, which has an air leak and you need to blow it to keep it operational. The commander asking that kid those questions. And the woman who went hysterical and someone starts slapping it, and there's a line of people waiting for their turn to slap her with American fists and that kind of stuff is just too much funny. I love that movie. I guess you can feel it by the way I'm laughing about it. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, I like that kind of humor, the irreverent sense of humor, but without being stupid. It's so much like me. I mean, I'm the same way. I laugh at everything. I try to find the absurd in everything, in every situation. There's something absurd about it. Something really weird, awkward. There's always something that sticks out like this is not correct for this situation. And I'm always very fast to find that. I get and I actually am able to speak with second meanings, hidden second meanings, very, very easily. I'm very good with innuendos, and that gives some really hysterical moments with girls, for instance. You can get them to say some of the most amazing things without them even noticing what they are saying, because I think they are speaking about something totally different. Yeah, I'm very good at that. So that kind of humor is like me, and Airplane is totally the sense of humor I enjoy. Now, make me see a scary movie and I probably will puke. Yeah. So yeah. That's going to be for the questions for this week. And again, I want to give a heartily thank you for all those who have donated for my channel during this week, which names you can see in this well, in the grades that are running right now. Thank you so much appreciated. Um, we'll never ever stop saying that you guys are amazing, and really never will stop saying that I'm so proud that, well, I have the channel I have with the people I have, um, and the good feeling, the good, in Spain we say el buen rollo, the good feeling we have, the feeling. There's a feeling in this channel between people, and I love it. So really, thank you all for making this channel what it is. I'm so proud, and I'm so proud when in my Facebook page someone posts good results from all they just had, because means that my efforts are, well, they are helping people. I'm so proud of each one of you who's improving his game. Really, I am. So, well, this is going to be this for it for this week's Jam with Ram. As always, remember any comment you want to make in the comment section below. All the questions you may want to ask me in the comment section below as well. Remember to upvote all those questions that you want to see answered in the next Jam with Ram. And as always, thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you later.